Hi, Shayna here with Compass. I'm here for your Monday market update. Wanted to start with a little bit of news. Saw this article over the weekend. I'm curious what your thoughts are about it. I've recorded this video a couple of times and I've decided to keep some of my comments to myself. But I'm curious what your thoughts would be based on if you want to read this article or look into it. Investors, including Wall Street, helped to drive up the home prices during the pandemic housing boom. Here's the proof. And I read through the article and it was pretty interesting, but the most interesting component of it to me was this statistic here where it talked about in the first quarter of 2022, investors made up a record of 28% of single family home sales. And that was up from 2021, which was 19%. So basically a third of our sales in single family homes for first quarter 2022 went to investors. So curious what your feedback is on that and how you feel about that. I work with investors, I work with primary home buyers, second home buyers, people relocating. I work with them all. So it's hard to have a real biased opinion in this respect on whether it's a positive or a negative thing, because it just depends on the customer I'm working with. But it reminded me of a house I sold about last year sometime that was already being used as a rental. So it was already a property managed company, privately managed by the sellers, but it was already a managed home. And a company came in based out of Canada, and they're the ones that bought it. And when I was doing the research for my seller, on who these buyers were, and I looked up this company, they were a publicly traded Canadian-based company that bought 37,000 homes across the US and Canada and used them as rental properties, 37,000. So one company, 37,000 homes across both US and Canada. So interesting numbers when you start looking up some of these investors, because when I think investor, I think of some of my New York investors or some of my local investors or my Alabama investors, but I don't think of a publicly traded company based out of another country that owns such a large portion of our properties and uses them as rentals. So I wonder what the stats are of these 28% of single family home investors and who they were and things like that. So I would be curious to know more about that. But go ahead and read the article if you'd like, and you can give me some feedback. Let's talk about the trends. Blue line, Sarasota County, red lines, Manatee County. Haven't talked about the May stats too much, but basically what we're seeing in the average sold amount, we're seeing it start to level off, kind of go down just a hair in price point wise. So that's kind of what we've been talking about, a little bit of stabilization and price decreases. We're still way far up from 2021, up 24%, up 10% from the same time last year. And if you look at the market activity, it's the same trends that I'm talking about every week. We're seeing this increase in the active listings of things lingering on the market longer, and there being more to choose from. So those numbers are also up, but we're still up from this same time last year. So that's kind of cool. So let's look at our 7-day trends like I normally do before I run out of time. The new listings were down just a hair from 611. We have a few less price increases, but our price decreases were $555 in Sarasota and Manatee County. Listings that decreased their prices were up to $562. Our back on markets are a little bit higher. And our solds and pendings are a little bit lower. So that's kind of the same trend that we've been seeing all along. We're seeing this gap where more new listings versus what's sold is coming on the market. We're starting to hold that inventory, and these price decreases, again, is a stabilization. They're not necessarily plummeting right now. It could be sellers listing too high. It's stabilizing right now. So it's interesting to watch these numbers and these trends. I'll be curious to see what June numbers say. Not sure if I'll be on 4th of July, but if I don't, I'll see you Tuesday. So hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.